Hello everyone, I'm Kim from Yesterday's Tomorrows. Let me make a 4th of July Memorial Day project for you using stain instead of paint. So I am using Minwax water-based stain, and this is in the color navy. Isn't it a beautiful color for any patriotic home decor that you want to create? It's such a pretty blue. All right, and then right there is a brown. Now that is not Minwax water-based stain. That is actually Valspar antiquing gel. And it's a really, I just love the color of that brown. All right, so we're going to do some striping. If you don't know how to do striping, it's simple. I just take some painter's tape, and you want to start from the middle so then your edges end up being even on both ends. All right, so you take one long piece of painter's tape, and then you're just taking a smaller piece for the next one, and then the next one is going to cover the whole thing, a larger strip, and then the next one is going to be a smaller strip, and so on and so on and so on. And the smaller strips are going to be where you're going to be lifting them up, and that's where the other stain is going to go to create your beautiful striping on this project. All right, so now we're putting another large stripe down, and then we're going to put a smaller one, and then I'm going to notice that at the edges, there's a little bit of the wood peeking through, and you'll see in 1 minute. There we go. I'm putting a small piece down, and if you see on both edges of this project, there is about 1/4 of an inch piece of wood that's sticking out. So I'm going to want to put a long piece of tape on there, because if I did not do that, then the striping on both ends would be larger than the striping in the middle, if that makes sense. All right, so that's why you want to start in the middle, so then your striping will be even on both ends. So once you get that down, then all you need to do is then take the small little pieces of tape up, and that is where you're going to put your next stain down. So you want to make sure that your tape is down on all the edges, just so your stain does not seep through, because you want really pretty clean striping lines on it. And that one I saw was a little crooked, so let's fix that. If you see you didn't lay it down straight, you can just lift it back up. Now make sure it's down all the way on all the edges. Now I am using, it is Minwax water-based stain in the color Barn Red. Now this is another beautiful color that goes really well with the navy Minwax stain. And together they make a really pretty vintage looking Americana look. All right, so you just put the stain right down. Now I'm using they're from Harbor Freight. They're just their staining pads. You get 8 in a pack for, I think it's $4 or $5. So they're just the staining pads from Harbor Freight. Now, if you want the color a little deeper, you add a couple more coats of the stain. So that's 2 coats of the stain, Barn Red. And now I just lift them up, and voila, you got some beautiful striping there. And isn't it pretty? That Barn Red and that navy looks so beautiful together. It's such a vintage looking Americana look. All right, so there we go. So the only paint I'm using today is just to do the striping, and just use any white you would like, and that was just Apple Barrel. So to create my stars, I just looked in my stash, and I saw that Essential Stencils, I had this tag right here that had some pretty little stars that will fit right in between the striping there. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the stars. Now, those stars, they're all in different sizes, which I'm going to like on there. So you just look where you would like the stars. Now, I'm just keeping the stars, and I'm putting them into the striping of where I have the Valspar brown stain. All right, so you can put them on the red if you'd like. I just thought they stand out a little bit more in the brown. And then you just go ahead, keep pressing with your stencil brush. Now remember, when you're stenciling, you want to offload your brush, and that is also a way you'll get nice, clean, crisp looking stars. Isn't that cute? That's so pretty. Now you'll see after I'm done doing this, on the very top, I'm going to switch stencils, because on the top part, I want some bigger stars on there. So I'm going to I went through my stash again, and I found another stencil that had larger stars. So you don't need to really go out and sometimes and just get another stencil. If sometimes you just look through your stash and you might find you already have what you need. So this is a really cute stencil from Essential Stencils. Love you to the moon and back, but look at the pretty big stars it has on there. So how perfect is that for this project? So there's a hole right in the top of that cutting board. So I'm going to take the biggest star that they have there and putting it right over the hole of the cutting board. And when I lift it up, you'll see, well, you can't really see it right now, but in a minute, there we go. And the star is in the center of the hole right on top of this wooden cutting board. So that came out really cute. All right, so it's just random. You're just placing the stars where you would like them to be. If you didn't want any stars, if you wanted to put the word God Bless America or just America, whatever, I'm just giving you an idea, and you run with it and you make it how you would like to make it. All right, so there we go. So after the stars are there, it still needs to be fancied up a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some really pretty cream colored twine, and I need to add a flower on there to make it fancy. And I'm just going to take one of the solo wood flowers, and I'm going to create just a little something special on the front of it. All right, and I think it might need one more star, and I think we are done. All right, so there we go, and that's it. And didn't that come out cute? So absolutely pretty. And I just love the stain on there. All right, so now I'm just going to get my twine, and I'm just going to wrap it around the board just a couple of times, around 3 or 4 times, just to create some interest on this cutting board. And I just love the color of this twine. It's not a dark brown, and it's more of a dark cream color. I know on the camera it's looking a little dark, but it's more of a dark cream color. But you can use any color twine you want. You could even use bright white or blue, red, anything that will suit what your project that you're doing. So tie it in a little knot, cut it off, the strings, and then I'm just going to add a really pretty flower on there, and your project is done. So I just wanted to show you how you don't necessarily always have to use paint on your projects. You can use Valspar water-based stain, and it comes in a slew of colors. I think there's about, I don't even know, I want to say more than 32 different colors. Blues, pinks, oranges, reds, greens, anything for any of your projects. So hope you go and check it out. The Minwax water-based stain. I just love it. So there we go. That's my project for Memorial Day, 4th of July, any of your Americana holidays. So happy Memorial Day, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this project. And please come and follow me on Yesterday's Tomorrows. I would so love to have you there. Thank you so much for joining me today.